Hi guys, welcome back to Clubhouse Kids. Today I am going to be sharing with you my grocery store dramatic play center and give you some ideas on how to extend your dramatic play centers. I like to have each of my centers out for 3 or 4 weeks, which can be a pretty long time in keeping the kids' attention on a center without them getting bored and wanting something new and refreshed. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how I refresh them so I can have at least 3 or 4 weeks in each one of my dramatic play centers, because if you are like me, it takes a lot of time to set up these dramatic play centers, and they are a lot of fun, but they are also a lot of work. And so if I can get a full month out of my dramatic play center, that is my goal. So here's some tips and tricks on what I do to help that happen. So when I first set up a new dramatic play center, I like to introduce that center during circle time. I think circle time is a great time for all the kids. They're already all there. You can kind of introduce the center, show them what the new center is. So with my grocery store center, during circle time, we might read a story about a grocery store, and I'll be like, and then during center time today, you guys get to go to the grocery store, and I'll show them the new center. We will actually even walk up and walk through the center. I'll show them all the areas of the new center, and we'll talk about how we're going to keep the center clean, and how when the music plays our cleanup song, how we're going to put this stuff back together, and how we will set the center back up. And so it just kind of like sets the stage of your expectations of the new center. Now the first week, then what I like to do is I call it like the bare bones center. And so I don't have a lot to the center. I'm not going to throw everything that I have planned into that dramatic play center that very first week, because that very first week they're going to be excited no matter what is in that center. It's all new, it's exciting. That center is already going to hold their attention. And so for my grocery store center, the first week, all I have is just some food and the cash register, and that is it. And that will hold their attention that first week just fine. Now, one trick with your grocery store center is that before I have grocery store center, I send home a little note to the families saying that we are going to be opening up a grocery store at Clubhouse Kids, and if they would like to bring basically their garbage in for our grocery store. And I think this is such a better idea than, using more pretend food or something in the grocery store, because when those kids bring their own items and place it into the grocery store, they are so excited to go buy the stuff that they brought, or to share with their friends of what they brought. And so I think it holds just another extra, keeps that attention on better than like if you just set up pretend foods or bought like the box sets on Amazon for like a grocery store center or something like that. So, and it's free, so just use your garbage when you're setting up your grocery store center. So going into the second week, what I like to do is have a new activity added to it. And so I have kind of set up right here all the activities that I kind of planned for my grocery store center. I'm going to go through each of them. And every week that we had grocery store center, I added a new activity to the center every week. The other thing that I do is the first week, I don't play with the kids in the center. I let them kind of just explore it on their own, play with their friends. But then the week 2 through 4, I will start coming into the centers and like being the cashier or shopping or something like that. And it kind of keeps their attention and gives them some new ideas that they want to play. And then I notice when I step away to go play in, at another center with another group of kids, they'll kind of like mimic what I was doing in the center, and that helps to keep the attention as well. And then another idea is just really utilizing your circle time. And so that first week, we're reading a story about the grocery store and introducing it. The next week, we might be doing an activity pertaining to the grocery store. So I'll give you an idea. One of the activities we had was I had a little basket of play food. And during circle time, I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to buy some items for breakfast, and then I would hold up an item and I'd be like, can I buy cereal? And they would say, yeah, yes or no, like, yes, this is breakfast food. Yeah, this is breakfast food. Should I buy some corn? And everyone laughs like, no, we don't eat corn for breakfast. And What about strawberries? Can we have strawberries for breakfast? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna buy some strawberries at the grocery store. What about ice cream? Can I have ice cream for breakfast? And you know, if they say, no, we can't have ice cream for breakfast, and so on. So that was something you can do. You can do that for breakfast. You can do that for, you know, lunch and dinner. And it's just kind of a fun sorting game. With the grocery store, you could also talk about nutrition during circle time, and it helps just kind of spark ideas for when they're in the dramatic play center of just different things that they can play out with their friends. Another thing that I want to add with the circle time, if you follow Play to Learn Preschool, I will link her below. And she's been recreating all her dramatic play centers, and she's been including these books into her packs, and they're pretty cool. And her dramatic play grocery store one does have a book. It's called Betsy Goes to the Grocery Store. And so that is just like kind of a book that's included in that packet that is great for circle time and a great way to introduce the grocery store center. There's also some on Amazon that I can link as well to give you some ideas, but it's really using circle time is probably one of my biggest tips to help keep the attention. All right, so some of the activities that we added was one of the one is to collect some coupons, and so you just want to gather coupons. These always come in your mail, you know, stuff that I pretty much just throw away. So I've just been gathering them and collecting them and keeping them. And then just give them some scissors and they can cut out the coupons. So they really, really like this activity. And then you can play like, you know, we're going to the grocery store and we're going to use coupons. And then they can use the coupons up when they're checking out at the register and stuff. Another activity we added was shopping lists. And so this says, let's go shopping. And then I just put a letter on it. And so I would be like, let's go shopping for letter D. And I would give them this shopping list. And then they would go and they'd have to find something in the grocery store that starts with letter D. I made these myself, and I only put one letter on them so I could individualize it to each of the kids. So some of the kids might have gotten 3 shopping lists at a time, like here's your shopping list today, like this is what you need to go find. And so they really enjoyed this activity as well. Another activity that we did was to let the kids make their own shopping lists. And so, you know, you have their own shopping list, so just give them a pencil and then find like the ads in your papers and stuff and give them the ads, and they can look through the ads and make some shopping lists before they go shopping. And then another one that I do is I become the cashier. For this one, now I do have play money that the kids in the register all the time, the kids get to play with them and play money and the, you know, like the credit cards and stuff. But when I'm playing cashier, I switch to coins because the play money can get a little sticky and a little hard for the little ones to count. And so what I like to do when I'm the cashier is I'll be like, oh, this costs 4 coins, and they have to count out the coins to me. It's a little bit easier for them to handle than that paper money. And then I actually just use this bowl and I set it on the side of the register, and you know, they'll put their coins into their little purse. We also call this a wallet. You know, and then they can count out how many coins their groceries cost, and they put it right into the bowl. So that's what we use. And then here's the little purse that we use. I have some other purses as well, but this one is the absolute favorite, and this is the one that I actually got over in Walmart, like in the clearance section. And had I known that the kids would have really liked this so much, I would have picked up a couple more, and even a couple that are gender neutral, because this can be a wallet, it can be a purse. The toys that I have found that are wallets are still just way too small to even fit any of the money. And so honestly, the boys usually just grab this as well. And this is a great one. So when you're looking for purses or wallets or something for your center, check out just clearance wallets and stuff at your store instead of going out and buying like, you know, that like a toy brand would make. This works awesome. And then the last tip I have for you is to add something seasonal to the grocery store. So right now we are in the Christmas season, and so I have added some candy canes to our center. And so this this is something that I would probably only put in 1 week. It'll just kind of spark some new ideas for the kids and just something new and fun for them to purchase in the store. And really you can do this with any season, any time of the year. Just picking something that's kind of like fits with the season or the month or something and add to your center. So adding those activities, stretch this center out 4 weeks. So at the end of this week will be the last week with this center, and then I will clean it up and go on to something else. The nice thing about grocery store center when you pick it up as well, that really is not going to take up much room because, you know, 90% of the center is really just going to go straight into the recycling bin. And all right, guys, I was just going to give you a little overview of what our grocery store looks like. You don't have to make extremely crazy centers. Sometimes the best centers that I do are so simple and the kids end up playing with them the most. And so this is a pretty simple center. I did buy the little border and posters and stuff from Play to Learn Preschool. I will link that below. Other than that, this center is really, this is the Melissa and Doug grocery store, and then a little IKEA table. After the kids have rung up the groceries, they set them on that table to be bagged. And then I just have a shelf here that we use to set up all the food, and then a couple of grocery carts, a baby, some purses, a basket, and a little carrier to put into the cart here. Sometimes the kids and I will go through and, you know, put the food where it belongs, but for the most part, as long as they just set it back up nicely, at the end of the day, nothing's, you know, all on the floor or something. I don't really worry about where they place the food. This little Melissa and Doug grocery center is pretty cute. It's got some little stuff so you can put some smaller objects here that they can pick up as they're checking out. And then you have our ring up here. This is so cute. They can actually sign their name after they have made their purchase, and they love that. And then you can put a little fake credit card down there or slide it like that. And then over on the cashier side, there's a little drawer that I keep the money in. And then these are just from the Dollar Tree. This is what we use to bag up the groceries after they have made their purchases. And so that's pretty much it, you guys. It's pretty simple. When I'm having another activity, like if we're cutting coupons or something, I usually will grab just another IKEA table and set it out, you know, about in this area with a couple chairs or something so that they can cut their coupons or make their shopping lists or something. So this is a pretty simple center. The kids really basically stocked the grocery center by just bringing objects from home. And then I just had some tape. And once they brought it in, you know, I would just take the items and just, you know, tape them closed. And then this is going to be a pretty easy center to clean up. I'm just going to throw all that stuff into the recycling bin. And really, this shelf is, I use this shelf for other things, and I'll just store the grocery center until next time we bring this out. So that is all my tips and tricks on how to extend those dramatic play weeks to get a little more intentional play and a couple more weeks out of all the hard work that you put into when you set these centers up. So we are going on week 4 in this center. At the end of this week, I will be cleaning it up and we will be, you know, starting something new. Some centers I can only get 3 weeks out of. It really kind of depends what the center is. There's a lot you can do with grocery store. What I like to do is think about the learning goals for the month and then just kind of explore ideas that kind of hit those learning goals. If we were learning shapes right now, I could, you know, glue shapes on some of these boxes. You can make some shopping lists with a shape on there and they go find that shape. There's just so many things that you could do, especially with the grocery store. Grocery store center is very versatile. If you guys like these videos and like these tips and tricks, I can continue to do them with my other centers that I set up and tell you kind of the activities that we're doing in them. Just give me a thumbs up or comment below and let me know that this was helpful. Thanks for watching this video, you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.